In this video, I want to talk about OSINT steps. Now, there's a lot of different ways if we're trying to get from A to B with our information or our investigation. And it can be a little confusing. Names, phone numbers, email addresses, photos, social media, events, other information, IP addresses. It can be confusing where we want to start with the information that we have. And honestly, it's going to depend on what information we have is going to be our starting point. So in all this confusion, when we start initially starting our investigation and we have this random information, it could be, again, it could be confusing. It could be a little stressful figuring out where we're going to start from. No matter what information we have, there are going to be basic steps that we want to take in order to advance our investigation. And keeping this in mind is going to help keep your sanity and make your job a lot easier. Things like if we have an email address, well, from the email address, we could do a search and jump to social media, so on and so forth. We want to take these little steps going from point A to point B to point C. Trying not to kind of scatter yourself and go in all sorts of different directions if possible. This, for example, is a mind map I made for Twitter usernames. So if we have a Twitter username, well, what information can we get? Well, from the username, we could take a look at when they joined. Was a creation around a significant event? Things like, well, was it 9/11? Was it the Super Bowl or some other big event that user count was created? What kind of Twitter likes do they have? Broader look into this can give you a broader look into the individual. What replies? Broader look into the individual. Twitter handle. Well, from the Twitter handle, you do a Google search or username search. Is this a parody or similar name? Or take a look at which posts they're making, what posts they're making on Twitter. Well, from posts, you take a look at likes, and from the likes, you take a look at who likes those posts or what posts that they like, what retweets, media, who they're following, who their followers are, comments, usernames, Twitter page, likes, comments, tweets, retweets, media, following, followers, so on and so forth. So there is a path that we could take depending on what information we have. And from that information, it leads us to more information typically, and we can kind of expand our research from there. Now, I know this could be confusing, but as we start going through the course, I'm going to start going through these different steps that we're going to take. And generally, as you're going through an investigation, you're going to have different starting points, which is okay because the course is broken out into different sections. So wherever your starting point is, take the section from the course, kind of use that to kind of figure out how to move forward. But again, this is a mind map to kind of give you an idea of how an investigation or how one bit of information could lead to other information. And you could use mine, you could use other people's, you could use your own. Always use what's going to work out for you. And this is kind of a blown up view to make it a little bit easier to see how this mind map works. Again, Twitter username, from the Twitter username, what replies do they have? This gives a broader look into this person. Again, parody, join date, likes, replies, handles. So this is a little bit of information about different steps you take in OSINT. And again, try not to get overloaded. Your starting point is probably going to be different from other people. You're not going to always have the same starting point in every investigation, more than likely. So take it easy. Remember, there's different steps that we take in gaining our information and moving forward. And if you have any questions or problems, always feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.